How you doing? Hello. Universe Classics fans, I have Seahawk. Yes, it is Seahawk, the heroic Ethereum pirate. And although I guess technically he's not a Princess of Power figure, but I still feel like he should have that emblem on his packaging. Major shout out to Mr. Thom. Thom, thank you for getting me this figure. There's only a few of the Classics figures that I never got from the Masters of the Universe line, and this was one of them. The bio on the back reads, real name, Captain Joff Blythe. Son of the legendary Captain Falcon, Seahawk is a commander of the Solar Sailor crew and pirate without peer, whereas his father was an indisputably good man with a kind heart who stole gold from the Horde to give to the poor. Seahawk grew up to be decidedly greedy and shameless. He worked as a hired ship transporting cargo for the Horde until Adora convinced him to aid the rebellion and choose freedom over money. While shipwrecked on a magical island, Seahawk found his long-lost father who bestowed upon his son an armament of mystical weapons to aid him in his quest to overthrow the Horde Empire. Seahawk is now a magically armed hero fighting against the evil Horde. And the image they chose here for the bio is directly from the cartoon itself. So that's enough about that. Let's go ahead and open this guy up. And here he is. He only comes with two different accessories, his shield and his sword. He has a very piratey power sword. Let's call it a power sword. The blade itself is a clear, kind of clear-ish pinkish color. Here's a good look at his power hawkish shield. In terms of weapons, they're very simplistic, but still very cool looking at the same time. Close-up of his face, I'm not sure why, but his face reminds me a lot of Ray from the show Archer. Body-wise, they reuse the same mold they use for the vast majority of all the male figures from the Masters of the Universe Classics. Very big, very muscular, arms like gigantically huge, but unlike most of the male figures, he has pants. Although he does have that purple scarf around his neck too. And let's not forget about his headband. His body is very similar to the Filmation series where it's very smooth in detail. There isn't a whole lot of texture to it. Not that that's a bad thing in any way. I mean, he looks very accurate to the cartoon. Unfortunately, the paint on the hilt from the sword came off and you can see it on his hand. His body armor does come off, and underneath this you can see that he's got just a very stereotypical black outlining around his chest. I am very impressed with some of the details. Look at the ring they put on him. And I don't know if you can see so well, but his pants are a different color from his boots. His boots are slightly darker brown, while his pants are slightly lighter. The Masters of the Universe figures really weren't blessed with big asses, but you know what? They got huge ass legs, arms, and bodies, so I guess they can deal with not having a big butt. Oh my god, he doesn't have furry underwear like the vast majority of the male figures in the Masters of the Universe Classics line, which makes me feel as though he should be part of the Princess of Power toy line, being that the few male figures in that one also do not. Although I do exaggerate, there are a few male figures that don't have furry underwear in the Masters of the Universe Classics line. I'm just kind of making a point that he should have had the Princess of Power logo on his packaging. Let's go through his articulation. First, he has movement in his head, upper body movement underneath his clothing, shoulder movement, bicep movement, elbow movement, wrist movement, waist movement, upper leg movement, knee movement, boot movement, and ankle movement. He is a very cool figure. I have a thing for pirates too, so I'm really glad that this guy was made. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that Bo was a gay character and he was after Prince Adam, but I also like to think that maybe he was after Seahawk too. I like the fact that we have two different cowls. One was the yellow version that came out in the original 1980s toy figure line, and we also had the Filmation that was like a pinkish orangish color, whatever the color this is, and I kind of think that it looks cool that these guys both have a matching one, even though technically this cowl isn't for Seahawk, but I still like them being put together like this. Finally, here's Seahawk with some of the other Princess of Power figures that I have. I think his sculpt is great, and I'm glad that he came out. If you wanted to get him on your own, I believe he's available on Amazon. He's not quite too expensive, so it's not going to be too difficult to get him. Otherwise, he's not available on Matty Collector anymore. He may be re-released at some point down the line with Super 7, but who knows? Anyways, Mr. Thom, again, thank you so much for getting me this figure. I'm really happy with him, and I can't wait to show him with some of the other figures that I have. Thank you guys for watching me in this video, and I'll join you in another one very soon. Peace, love, namaste, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.